Hello to everyone. So this is a online class from Brindavan English School for 10th standard. So as you already know that the online classes is already going on for all subject. So this is the video class which helps to the 10th standard student to analyze the whole syllabus of 10th standard for social science. So first of all, before we have to enter to the chapters, it is very essential to understand the theme and content of the chapters. How many chapters is there and what is the content is there in this chapter? That is a fundamental thing and essential thing to understand to make them easier for all students. The total number of the chapter, 39 chapters is there for the 10th standard. So history, economics, political science, geography, and sociology, and the last one that is business studies. For all these six branches, total number of the chapters that is 39 chapters. Every chapter has the different type of contents. So the first chapter from the history, that is advent of Europeans to India. So like this, it starts from the advent of Europeans to India, and the last one that is a consumer education for the business studies. Total number of the chapters that is 39 chapters. So in this video class, I am going to analyze and I want to make them a very easier concept for all students to understand what is the content, what is the theme of the chapters. So let's begin from the first chapter, that is advent of Europeans to India. First chapter, that is advent of Europeans to India. In this chapter we will discuss very importantly how British permanently settled on in India by the Carnatic Wars, Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. And after that, the very important chapter, that is the second chapter, extension of British rule. After permanently settled on India, the wars which helps to British India Company to extend their empire in India. And after that, after British India Company permanently settled in India, what is the impact of the British rule in India? The very importantly, the new concepts, the new law which is introduced by the British India Company in the field of it may be civil, in the field of a judiciary system or education or land tax system. After that, fourth chapter, that is opposition to British rule in Karnataka. The local kings who opposed the British India Company to rule. That is a very importantly Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, Kittur Rani Chennamma, and Sangoli Rayana. After that, the fifth chapter, that is social and religious reformation movement. Very importantly, Brahma Samaj, Arya Samaj, and as well as Satya Shodhaka Samaj, Rajaram Mohan Rai, Dayananda Saraswati, and many of other social and religious reforms. They try to bring the new thing in the Indian society. The sixth chapter, that is the first war of Indian independence, that is 1857 revolt. What are the causes? What is the reason for the failure of 1857 revolt? And what is the impact of that 1857 revolt? We are going to discuss in this chapter. And the seventh one, that is a freedom movement. In this freedom movement, very importantly, we discuss about the National Congress, the Indian National Congress, and extremes and moderates and revolutionaries. What are their contribution? And the eighth one, that is era of the Gandhi and national movement. In this chapter, the contribution of the Mahatma Gandhiji and as well as the non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, and quit India movement. This is the concept we are going to discuss. And the ninth one, that is a post-independent India. In this chapter, after India get the independence, many of the states is there that is not the part of India, and with the help of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, how that is merged with India. That is a concept we are going to discuss in this chapter. And the 10th and the last chapter of the history, that is the political developments of 20th century. Very importantly, First World War, Second World War, and Chinese Revolution, and as well as Russian Revolution. These are the concepts we discuss. After the history, another branch, that is the political science, and the first chapter from the political science, the problems of India and their solutions. How India is try to eradicate the problems, especially the problem of corruption, terrorism, and as well as the status of women. Like this, many of the problems is there in India. What is the role of the Indian government to eradicate this problem? We are discussing on that chapter. And after that, the Indian foreign policy. what is the principles of the Indian foreign policy, what are the factors that is influence on the Indian foreign policy, we discuss on that chapter. And the third one, that is India's relationship with other countries. Very importantly, the relationship between the India and Pakistan, India and China, India and America, India and Russia. And in this chapter we discuss what is the relationship is there between the India and other countries, and how that is impact on the Indian foreign policy, we discuss that chapter. Fourth one, that is global problems and India's role. So very important, the denial of the human rights, and as well as the economic imbalance in the country, and as well as terrorism and racialism and imperialism. There is a many of the problems in the world, and how the India also is going to contribute it for the eradicate of these problems. International institution, there is another very important chapter, and the last one from the political science, United Nations. What is the contribution of the UNO in, especially in the making the peace across the world, and what are the objectives of the UNO and the organs of UNO. So that is the concept we discuss. After that, the very importantly, sociology, a study of the society, social stratification. In this chapter, the different strata of the society we discuss, like untouchability, that is the biggest problem in the India. What are the legal measures? After that, labor, another very important labor chapter, organized sector and unorganized sector, and the problems of unorganized sector we discuss. Third one, that is a social movements. What is the social movement? Especially environment movement, and especially the prohibition of liquor movement, especially the farmers and as well as laborers movement. Many of the movements are started in India, we discuss. And the last one from the sociology, that is social problems. In these social problems we discuss about the many of the problems like child labor, child marriage, female feticide, female infanticide, and child trafficking. So like this, many of the problems is there in India, and we discuss the all concepts. Geography, another very importantly, India's position and extension, that is the first chapter we discuss. The latitude and longitude mark of the India we discuss in this concept. And India's physiography, very importantly, 4 divisions is there in the Indian physiography, that is a concept we discuss in this chapter. And the third one, Indian climate. Indian climate, what type of the climate is there in India, and what are the things influence on the Indian climate, that is a concept we discuss. Fourth one, Indian soils, what type of the soils is there, and how that is helps for the growing of the crops, which crops is helps for the economical development of the country, we discuss. Fifth one, that is Indian forest resources, that is also very important chapter. The very importantly, 6th type of the forest we can found in India, so that is the characteristics we discuss in this chapter. And after the 6th, another very importantly 6th chapter from the geography, that is Indian water resources. Indian water resources, that is also very important concept. So very importantly, irrigation and types of irrigation, and how that is helpful for the agriculture, that is the concept we discuss. 7th one, Indian land resources, types of land, and as well as types of agriculture, and how agriculture helps to increase the income of the country. And Indian mineral and power resources, what is the meaning of minerals and what is the meaning of power resources, how India overcome from the scarcity of power resources, that is the concept we discuss. 9th one, the Indian transport and communication. Transport and communication, this is a very important for the economical development of the country. What is the role of the transport and communication, that is the thing we discuss. And the problems of transport, and as well as especially in this chapter we discuss about the golden quadrilateral project. And the 10th one, Indian industries, types of industries, and the factors which is influence on the establishment of the industries, that is the concept we discuss. Indian natural disasters. Indian natural disasters, very important, earthquake, cyclones, and landslides. These are the very important natural disasters, how that is happen in India, and what are the measures to we have to take to eradicate this or prevent from these natural disasters. And after the last one, that is Indian population, what is the reason for the increase of the population, and what are the methods we have to be adopted to control the population, that is the thing we discuss. And the next one, economics. This is a very important, and the first chapter from the economics, that is a development chapter. And this development chapter we discuss about what is HDI, Human Development Index, what is national income, what is per capita income, how this all income indicators helps to analyze whether the country is backward or developed. And the second one, that is rural development. In this rural development, what is the role of a Grama Panchayat? It means the concept of Mahatma Gandhi ji to bring the all amenities which is available in the cities to the rural areas. That is the concept. Money and credit, that is also very important chapter. In this chapter we discuss about the role of RBI, the functions of RBI, and controlling the measure for the credit, the quantitative measures and qualitative measures. And after that, public finance and budget, that is also very important chapter. What is the meaning of budget, types of budget, this is the things we discuss. And after the business studies, very importantly, the bank transactions is a very important chapter. The first chapter, what is the procedure to open a bank account, what is the advantages of a bank account, types of bank account, and very importantly, the nationalized bank. That is the concept we discuss in this chapter. Entrepreneurship, that is also very important chapter. Very importantly, what is the characteristics of the entrepreneur and what is the role of the entrepreneur in the economical development of the country, that is the concept we discuss. And the third one, the globalization of business, the advantages of the globalization of business and disadvantages of the globalization of business, that is the concept we discuss. Consumer education and protection. If any consumer is there and he's going to facing a lot of problems regarding about his any trade, so on that time, what is the method he have to be taken to register the case? So this is the concept we discuss in the consumer education and protection. So this is all about the syllabus for the social science for the 10th standard. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, stay home, stay safe.